everyone, my name is Brittany and I'm a real estate agent here in the Raleigh, Durham area. And for today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about how you can prepare to buy your first home in 2022. So if you're interested in learning more about tips and how you can prepare to buy your first home this year, be sure to stick around and I'll talk to you in a bit. So before we begin, I just want to mention that the home buying process can seem so nerve-wracking when you don't know exactly what you need to get started. So I just wanted to take the time out today to just give you a few tips on how to best prepare to buy your first home. So I'm just gonna give you a few, informational things that you can do to prepare to buy your first home. And I hope you find this helpful. Thank you guys for joining me today, and let's get started. So tip number one, what I would recommend is that you start getting your financials in order. So what that means is, number one, I would probably say start working on your credit score. So if your credit score is not, really that great, I would start, taking a peek at how you can fix your credit score. So, most people tend to go to Credit Karma, and honestly, I didn't even realize this, but Credit Karma is not accurate all the time. So if you really want to see an accurate report of your credit scores, I would recommend, going to do a free annual credit report. And you can actually go to Experian.com, TransUnion.com, and Equifax.com. I'll link those at the bottom in my in the description section so that you guys can check those links out. But honestly, you want to make sure you have an accurate picture of your credit report so that you know what you owe or what needs to be paid or so forth. It's very important that you're making on-time payments for all the things you have. Any type of debt you have, you want to make sure you're making on-time payments, because those affect the opportunity to get a mortgage. Because if they see that you're making late payments all the time, they're not gonna feel comfortable with you, with them giving you a mortgage. So a mortgage loan. So it's important that you are making your on-time payments and you're not defaulting on loans. Now, if there are loans that you do have on your credit report, I would definitely recommend that you work to try to clear those debt off your credit report. And there's ways to do that. I don't want to get into it more in this video, but there's you could reach out to a credit repair specialist, or kind of do some research online and figure out how you can get those things off your credit report. They're not that hard, but you know what? There's no time like now to get started to get those things off, because time goes by fast, to be honest. And the sooner you get started with, fixing your credit and getting those things off your credit, if you do have anything on your credit, the sooner you'll be able to start working on getting a mortgage loan. So once you, get your credit score intact, you want to also start looking at how much money do you have saved. Because it's a seller's market, a lot more people are putting down more money. For down payment. So you want to have a good amount of savings in your account. Now, there are government programs, first-time home buyers payments and things that programs that there are going on. So those are some things that you can try to get involved with. But I mean, if you don't want to do that, you want to make sure you have some type of savings, because let's just be honest, it's not cheap to buy a home. Even if you get the first time home buyers grant, to be honest, you still got to pay for your furniture and everything else on the home. So yes, it's good to have some type of savings, because you just never know what's gonna incur when you're buying a home. So definitely want to have some type of savings. Again, the amount of savings varies person to person. I know for me, I had to save like about 10 grand, but again, I didn't do the first time home buyers grant, but I know someone else who did the grant and actually didn't have to put down any money and actually got money back down at the closing table. So it just depends. But again, the savings comes from wanting to, once you close on your home, you're gonna want to buy new furniture, or you might have to buy appliances and so forth. So definitely have some type of savings, and that definitely will be helpful. So once you figure out your credit score and start working on that aspect and have a little bit of savings, especially during tax time, people are getting taxes, income tax. Great time to have to save some of that money so you can start, buy your home, because I'm telling you, it's a great investment. So once you kind of have worked on your financials and found a good bearing on your debt and knowing what you owe and what needs to be paid off. So the second tip that I have for you is to get pre-approved for a loan. Now, there are so many places that you can get pre-approved for, especially online. But there's, you can, instead of like doing a pre-approved online, there's a lot of mortgage lenders that you can just research and, call them up and talk to them about getting pre-approved. Now, what that pre-approval looks like is they take some information from you. So things like your W-2 form, federal income tax from the last previous years. They want to see your bank statements, your pay stubs, and so forth. They want to see this information because they want to be able to determine if you're able to afford a loan, a mortgage loan. So they're taking all this information into account when they're doing your pre-approval. And what this pre-approval comes out to be is, how much can you afford? What is the max amount of money can you afford on a mortgage loan? And this is very important because you don't want to go in and start looking at houses that you can't afford. So it's important to understand how much, based on your income, how much can you afford on a home? So, it's pretty simple if you have all the documents, and honestly, I'll leave a list of documents that that you'll need to get pre-approved. But it's very important to know how much can you afford on the loan. And most mortgage lenders will give you a breakdown of what that looks like for you. Like, okay, if you bought a house for this amount of money, this is what the breakdown looks like. This is how much you will pay if you got a loan and you put this amount of money down, this amount of money down, or this amount. So it's important to get that understanding on how much can you afford, especially in monthly payments. So I would recommend that after you kind of got your financials ready and all set, your credit score looks good, and you pay down some debt and understand how much money you're bringing in each month, go get pre-approved. If you're not sure of who to get pre-approved by, you can absolutely, ask a real estate agent if you're working with one. I'm more than willing to point you in the right direction to a few mortgage lenders that I've worked with in the past, so that you can understand, so they can walk you through the process. Us in the real estate world are so willing to help. We want everybody to invest in home. It's a great investment. So if you're not sure how to get started, ask a real estate professional. They're more than willing to point you in the right direction to get you started with the home buying process. So get pre-approved and talk to a mortgage lender. See what you can afford. What does that look like for you? It's important. That's a big part of getting to buying your first home. So tip number 3 that I have for you is to once you have your pre-approval, is to talk to a real estate agent. So now you have your pre-approval, you know how much you can spend on a home. Now you want to start working with a real estate professional so that they can walk you through the rest of the home buying process, because I promise you, there's a lot more that you don't know that goes into buying a home, okay? So especially in a seller's market like we are in, and that we're going into 2022, you want to have someone that can negotiate for you, that can support you, that can make sure that you are asking for the proper repairs or inspections so that you do not get a crappy home. I'm telling you right now, I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have my real estate agent. Like, my head was spinning when I first got into the home buying process, because I didn't know where to begin. And she was able to break down exactly step by step what was going to happen in this whole process, and I am so grateful for it. So when you're working with a real estate professional, such as a real estate agent, they can make sure that you are on top of everything and you are, getting exactly what you need in a home. So, during that time that you're working with the real estate agent, they're going to be bringing you and showing you homes that you are interested in buying. Also homes that, you might not have known to be interested in, and you never know, you might end up liking it. So, and making the offer, putting in the offer and the contract when you do decide to make an offer on a home, and assuring that you have the proper inspections on a home, so forth. Because the right real estate agent is gonna always recommend that you get inspections on your home. Any home you want to get inspections, because you don't want no problems after closing that come up because you didn't get the house inspected. So again, third tip is to definitely work with a real estate professional, just because I'm telling you, there's a lot more that goes into, buying a home, and you want to have somebody that's in your corner to support you, to be able to say, okay, this is what needs to be done next, and this is how we're going to do it. So that's definitely going to be helpful in the home buying process. Okay, so for tip number 4, what I would recommend is that you be patient. Buying a home does not happen overnight, okay? You have to do research. You have to make sure that you can afford the home and that you have everything you need to buy this house. And it sometimes takes from 30 days to 90 days, depending on what type of home you get. You can get a resale home, the home that's already built and owned by someone else, or you can get a home that's new construction. It just varies person to person and what you prefer to buy. So it's very important that you take the time to be patient and really just do your research. You don't have to rush. You want to do it at the time that's perfect for you. It's just best to, start the process now. Time goes by really fast, and if you're working on your financials, in the first couple months, it's okay. It takes time to get those things under wraps to make sure you're fine with buying your home. But make sure you be patient with the process, because things happen, and honestly, you can't rush this process. You want to make sure you make the right decision for you. So when you are preparing to buy a home, make sure you write out a list as to what you're looking for in a home. What type of home do you want? How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? How many floors? Like, do you want a single family? Do you want a townhome? Do you want a condo? You want to consider all these factors when you are thinking about buying a home, because that's a major factor in searching for homes and what's out here in this market. So again, do your research, take your time, understand what you need, and you will get there. It's a major point in your life to purchase a home, and honestly, anybody can do it. You just need to take the time to really put the effort in to do your research and work on your finances to get your home. So I know that buying a home may seem very nerve-wracking. It doesn't have to be that hard. Like I said, I was hearing your shoes. I was that person last year trying to figure out, how could I buy my first home? What do I need to do? And I finally was able to purchase my brand new home, and like I said, could not have done it without my real estate agent. She made the whole experience effortless, and that's why I'm a real estate agent here today, because I am here to support my buyers and sellers who are interested in buying a home or selling a home, so that they can have an easy process. Allow the real estate agent to take on all the stress and just to take on all the work for you, because that's honestly truly why we're here. The process does not need to be hard as long as you have the right people in your corner. So if you're interested in learning more, or if you have any questions about the real estate home buying process, be sure to comment below. I'll be more than happy to refer you to anybody that I can to help you if you have any other questions that I may not be able to answer. I hope this video was helpful. Like I said, if you have any questions, be sure to comment below. Be sure to like and subscribe. I will be posting other informational videos about real estate, and also some home tours here in the Raleigh, Durham area. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.